Welcome everybody to your new favorite YouTube show, Mic Drop with Hardcore Harry. If you've been tuning in, you know that I try to keep my show as non-political as possible. It doesn't always work out that way, but I do my best. Unfortunately, with this topic, the topic I'm going into today, I can't guarantee that. With this jackass, things tend to get a little political, so I will do my best to keep it non-political, but I can't promise you anything. With that being said, Bill O'Reilly, Hardcore Harry's coming for you. So there's a lot of things I could say about Bill O'Reilly, and none of them are very positive. But rather than do that, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible, because I could ramble on all night about this asshole. Instead, today we're just going to cover his recent sexual harassment allegations. So for those of you out of the loop, recently it's been found out that Bill O'Reilly has multiple sexual harassment claims against him from coworkers and guests on his show, but not just that. Fox News settled out of court and paid these women to just, go away so they could sweep it under the rug, and Bill O'Reilly still looks like a nice guy. Well, we know he isn't. He's an asshole, and we all know that. We know he's a scumbag. So, not just money. Money doesn't cut this one, okay? He needs to be outed for the scumbag that he is and shown that he can't just do this. Just because he has money and popularity, he can't just do this. And yes, Fox News did fire him. But not for that reason. They fired him because they got caught, and they fired him because they had increasing pushing from their advertisers to get rid of him. So it wasn't that, Fox News is a great upstanding company, let's fire Bill O'Reilly and show everybody that we're good people. No, it was because they got caught and they needed to play damage control. Speaking of damage control, they're recently talking about hiring more women, so it looks like, we're a good upstanding company, we put women in power. What, did you run out of other women to sexually harass? Because this isn't the only time this has happened with this network. Talk about Roger Ailes. Yeah, Roger Ailes, he did it too to multiple women, including Megyn Kelly. Oh, and speaking of that, Bill O'Reilly defended his actions and said that Megyn Kelly was wrong. Go figure, scumbags stick together. Got so bad that Bill Shine, co-president of Fox News, left the company. Why? Because he was a staunch defender, a very staunch defender of Bill O'Reilly and everything that he did, including this. He knew about it because he's a high-ranking official and he helped slide us under the rug. And he left. Maybe because, people are looking at him like, you defend Bill O'Reilly, you scumbag. I think it's more along the lines of he was afraid he was going to get caught for something next. So he's like, I better get out of Dodge before something happens to me too. What baffles me, what I just can't get is this major company is allowed to keep doing this with multiple people. They keep defending them and just sweeping it under the rug. They pay these millions so they don't have to go into court, and so it doesn't end up all over the news, which it did anyway. But why? Why pay that? Because honestly, Fox News isn't really known for caring about what people think about them. They tend to be scumbags. I'm not going to group all their anchors together because they have some decent ones, but for the most part, they're a bunch of scumbags, and everybody knows it, so why start caring now? My thing with that is it's not because they care what people think about them, it's because they don't want to waste the time. They figure, whatever, we don't have time for this, we don't want to spend more money on it, we'll just settle for a lower amount, it's just sexual harassment, it's not important, whatever. Rather than eliminate the problem like Bill O'Reilly and Roger Ailes, they wait for the problems to take care of themselves. It's like, they just let it pile up, and then when it gets too bad, they're like, well, we got to do something about this. But it baffles me, and the fact that they take sexual harassment so lightly just really pisses me off. What's this? According to legal experts, companies occasionally settle disputes that they believe have little merit because it is less risky than taking the matters to trial, which can be costly, create a string of embarrassing headlines. Like I said, I don't really think they care about the embarrassing headlines. That's all they do. They make their own embarrassing headlines all the time. It's not hard to embarrass Fox News, but to them, it has little merit. Something that serious has little merit to them, but people still watch it, and people defend that network, and people defend Bill O'Reilly. His supporters defend him, and I don't get how. I know a lot of them say, it's just a liberal hit job. It's not that. If that were the case, why did Fox News get rid of him? Why did Fox News even say, okay, well, we gotta get rid of this guy? If they really didn't, If they really knew that these allegations weren't true, they would have stuck it out because he made them a hell of a lot of money. He was their top-rated show, one of the top-rated shows in the country. But they said, nope, we got to get rid of him. Damage control time. Got to get rid of him. If they knew that he didn't do it, they would have stuck it out. But even they knew. They knew this scumbag did it. And honestly, it's not surprising out of him. Like, even not knowing any of this, you look at him, you're like, yeah, that guy sexually harasses people. You can tell. 1, he has a terrible personality. 2, he acts like a child. 3, he's not very nice to people. 4, he's not very intelligent. These are all traits that most women, in fact, most people overall, don't find very attractive. What's he have going for him? Let's suppose, what does he have going for him? Money and a successful television show. Oh, hold on. Let me rephrase that. Money. He has money. Even his ex-wife supposedly cheated on him. We don't know for sure, but supposedly cheated on him. And then Bill O'Reilly used the NYPD as his own personal police force to get this guy shamed and fired and whatever else. It's sad. Like, they have better things to do than to be looking for your wife's side lover. And even that astounds me. Like, this guy is sexually harassing females on a daily basis, and he's worried about his wife cheating on him. Like, what? It's not cheating if it's harassment, right? Harassment's much better than cheating. Sorry, Bill. You got me there. I'm sorry. Like I was saying, though, like, he has all these defenders. His fans defending him, and, like, I don't know. I don't get it. And the company defending him for so long. And one in particular bothers me. And Eric Metaxas. He is a Christian radio host and author. Christian. A good Christian man. Defending this scumbag. Let's put a little graphic up right here. The news about Bill O'Reilly is tremendously sad. His fairness, boldness, and radical common sense on the show have been a blessing to millions. More like radical nonsense. I completely agree with the radical part. That's absolutely true, but it's not really common sense. And since when is common sense radical anyway? I think it's pretty common, to be honest, and hence the word common in common sense. But whatever, that's just me. Maybe I just don't make any sense. Who knows? It's possible. Like I said, I could go on for hours about this guy, but I really don't want to waste my time on him. Like I said, it's an important issue. People need to know about it. And the fact that people defend this scumbag is just scary to me. Like, how? I don't get it. Even without the sexual harassment, before any of that, before knowing about any of that, he's just such a vile person. Like, that's another thing that gets me about that quote. He's such a fair guy. What's so fair about him? Whenever a guest comes on a show, if they don't agree with anything that he says, he goes off the deep end and just doesn't let them talk. Like, what is so fair about that? Whatever, though. Whatever. Everybody has their own opinion. I don't get how anyone can defend this guy. Either way, they can at least be happy. He's not on TV anymore. But he does have his own podcast, No Spin News. Bill, maybe one day you'll invite me to the No Spin Zone. That'd be kind of cool, right? But for God, you don't like truth, and let's be honest, I'm too pretty for that show anyway. But hey, maybe one day I'll be on. And I'll get to stick it to you on your own show, bud. Anyway, I'm going to cut it off there. So hope you guys don't just have a great day, but have a hardcore day.